Yeah, late again. Honestly, what's the matter with me? It's one of those things that every time I think, oh yeah, I'm all organised, I'm not. I'm so not organised. One day I'll be that organised. But today isn't that day.
Not all that, David.
So, hello. Mr. J is just making a cup of tea and then he will join us. I am just doing that thing of getting the screens organised so we can see without actually having to look at ourselves, because we don't particularly want to see us waving our arms around as we're chatting to you, because that gets us all confused. We're simple folks. He's making funny noises. What are you making noises at? Oh, your glasses. Where are my glasses? Here we go. Got mine. So, cup of tea is on its way. Good evening, everyone. I think we should just never ever suggest that we will do a very suave, sophisticated beginning of a live chat, and we just have to accept that we're a bunch of numpties here. So let's see who's here. Rose, hi. Pam, Tracy, Lisa, JB, hi. Louise, Black's Tropical Homestead, Andy, hi Andy. Yes, do need to see you very soon. I need to message you. Perhaps you can message me over the weekend, the rest of the weekend. Rose, Missouri girl, Evelyn, hi, and Linda, hi. So we thought we'd do a quick live chat. It won't be quick. It's quick because it's disorganised.
It might be quick. We might have people coming to collect stray sheep.
Oh yeah, we might have people. Yes. So let's start it by saying that's your coffee, not my tea. Or do you want me to move over?
That's no way to start a live. Well, possibly it would be a good idea, because if people come to remove stray sheep, I might leap out.
No, I know it's right. You go there. You can always leap out. We can move around. We can do the moving thing.
Okay. Disorganised, chaotic. Greetings, chaotic people. That's us, not you.
Yeah. Can you be seen?
Yes,
oh yes.
Apparently so.
So yes, one of us may need to race off shortly because we've got spare sheep. They're not spare. No, they're stray.
We've got
someone else's sheep.
Invaders.
Sheep
trespassers.
Trespassing. You look like a school teacher with your glasses on the end of your nose like that.
Yeah, I'm trying to work out whether I need. Oh.
So a couple of days ago, I thought my eyes had gone very, very poorly. I sat on my computer, put my glasses on, and I couldn't read a thing. And I just thought, what's going on? Something very odd going on. And after about 3 goes of trying to do that, I realised I put on his glasses. So no wonder.
Yeah.
No wonder I couldn't see anything.
I only wear them for distance and driving and stuff like that.
Well, the door's open and there's some very country smells coming in through that door. There are, aren't there?
Yes, but we are in the country. It isn't.
Yes.
It is an Easter weekend, so there are people
roasting,
roasting,
people are making
eggs.
that smell. Hiya, Corey. We've got Sweet Fern Homestead. Ginger's here. Hiya, Andy. Nancy. And Scarlet Lolo Cooking Show. Oh, there we go. So, yes, so we are doing the live chat this moment to say 100,000 thank yous. Yeah.
Well, if you'd give me some notice of that, I could have recorded it and then multi-tracked it so it sounded like 100,000 people saying thank you.
No, because it's not 100,000 people. It's
us saying
us.
100,000.
It's us saying thank you 100,000 times.
Yeah, I know. You know what it would sound like if I tried to say
So we haven't got any other news, though, have we?
I don't know. I don't.
What I was trying to do yesterday was, I was very desperate yesterday to go do a live chat, and then during the live chat say, "Oh, by the way, my channel's just gone past 100,000 subscribers," but it was nearly 2:00 in the morning here. It was so very close to 2:00, and it was 3 minutes to 2 in the morning, as I was sitting there on my phone in bed, almost asleep, going refresh, 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 wearing.
And this is why the live chat hasn't been done earlier, because she's been recovering from being up all night.
Refresh. So,
are we using sheep poo for fertilizer on our compost pile?
no, it's just on the grass.
Yes, it's fertilizing the grass, but they then eat, and the stuff grows in the grass as well for the bees.
Peter's saying congratulations from Netherlands. Thank you.
Nomatemba?
Saying thank you. Thank you. Saying congratulations
Yes.
from South Africa. Put your glasses on, girl, and then you'll be able to read it.
Well, you might not. And the way you're reading. She does very well, for someone with the reading age she's got.
Yes. Old and ancient.
Next book will be published in the initial teaching alphabet.
What, ABC?
You didn't do that, did you?
What?
You were in the wrong area for the initial teaching alphabet.
What's the initial teaching?
It was something that they brought in when I was very, very small, to try and it was a phonetic spelling system that was meant to help you learn to read more quickly. But I could already read when I started school, so it confused the heck out of me.
Christy's here. Empty Nest Gardens. Sandra says we're cute. I think we just met each other late enough in life that we're tolerant. We're vaguely tolerant of each other. Sorry,
but not strange noises outside.
What's that noise? So yes,
That's
it is people, but I wondered if it was our people coming to get sheep.
No, I don't think it was. It didn't sound like our people coming to get sheep. It sounded like people walking.
So what's the next challenge on the new Byther Farm? Getting enough food in to see us through. I would really like us to be reliant on our own food supply by the end of the year.
Yes. No, the typo is accepted. We all do it. Yes, absolutely. Back to the 85% would be really good, wouldn't it?
Yeah. I think we could almost get there.
Well, hopefully.
I've got bean poles in today in readiness. That was in. So all we need to do now is fill up those raised beds and we're sorted.
And keep everything away from eating them.
Yes. What are the biggest pest issues on the new property?
Rabbits.
Sheep. Squirrels.
Rabbits and sheep.
Magpies.
Magpies, yeah.
Magpies. So yeah, lots and lots of wildlife. So if it's a root or a bulb, the squirrels have it. If it's got green on it, the rabbits have it. If it's any of those, the sheep come through, and we've got a lot actually.
Actually,
lots of new stuff.
To be fair, our sheep haven't been a problem. It's
just the stray sheep that have worked out how to.
Sheep.
They've worked out how to. There's a gap in the hedge somewhere.
Well, also the ewe is quite skinny.
She's hungry. Basically, she is hungry. So she's found a gap in the hedge that I don't see how we can plug it at all. So at the moment we've got her kind of penned into a field, but I think she's worked out how to escape from that as well. Yeah. So anyway, bless her. She doesn't live here. She can go,
she can go back to where she came from.
Yes. Tracy, are you saying more seeds in response to big price rises? No, because I'm literally just going to, this year my aim is to get our freezer stock and our larger shelves back on track, so that we're back to having enough food to see us through the winter. Next year I'll start growing for other people, I think.
Yeah, I think
it certainly won't be this year.
No, I think it's like when you first started out with, the last place. The initial thing was to, in fact, the very initial thing, as in the book, was to start a little bit to top up what we were, to reduce the amount we had to buy, and then it became more self-sufficient, and then it just grew from that.
Yeah, indeed. So
and we know it can't happen overnight, and we've been here what, 9.5, nearly 10 months, nearly 10 months. So it's going to be this autumn before we're really seeing the fruits of anything. And there's a lot of, we haven't bought a property that had the mature fruit trees that we had in the last place.
No.
So, there's a lot to do.
There is a lot
and
to
she's
do.
doing it.
Yeah. So let's have a look. Plant 100,000 apple trees. So I've planted quite a lot of fruit trees now, haven't I?
Yeah.
So we've planted, I think it's 20 apple trees, 5 or 6 pear trees, 7 or 8 cherry trees, maybe more than that. A mulberry, some quince, and then a huge long hedge of currants, raspberries, and strawberries are all going in or have gone in. So all the fruit's going in, but those are all things that are going to take a little bit of time. I've bought a load more rhubarb, haven't I?
Yeah.
So we've got quite a few big rhubarb plants, but I've got lots of little ones to go in as well. So food and things, the fruit is really going to come on this year. So Rebecca says she's sitting in a hotel bar. So I can't listen, but she wanted to check in. Nancy's, I've got a plot at community garden this year.
So we could say whatever we like about Rebecca at the moment, because she won't be able to hear us in a hotel bar.
No, but we can wave at her because that's nice. And Nana's here. So Sweet Film says, you've done so much in 9 months. What do you love most about the new property? The view. The quiet. That's it. It's the quiet. It's the not having constant traffic noise.
Yeah, but the views are great.
Yes.
from the various fields.
And when the wind stops blowing,
which it does.
Yeah,
sometimes.
much more. No, not much more. Much less windy here than it was on our last site. It is still windy, but hey, we're in Wales, so and up a mountain. So what do we expect? But when the wind drops, it's fabulous. It's absolutely fabulous.
And actually, the wildlife, when they're not decimating our crops, some of the wildlife is great as well.
Yeah.
I mean, particularly some of the birds of prey we have flying overhead.
And then, do you know what the other thing I wanted to say is? Give me 2 seconds. Oh no! Hang on. Can you just talk for a second while I'm doing this instead of following what I'm doing?
I'm not sure what you're doing.
Yeah, you didn't need to follow what I was doing.
Yeah, okay. There is it's very often the way that I'm not quite sure what you're doing and I'm meant to be following it or not.
Okay.
So
all right,
we're talking about the property, aren't we?
Yes. JB, could you pop over to Niall's channel, please, and just get the link to his channel? I've just made you a moderator on here so you can put a link on. And would you mind putting Niall's channel link into the chat? I'll explain why in a minute. Okay. That's okay.
I'm confused.
That's all right. So, what do you like about the property?
More
than the views, the quiet.
The quiet.
Wildlife.
Yeah. That's about it, really.
Space.
Yeah. Yeah, the outside space is good. Well, this place is, the house is very, very, very slowly beginning to get towards there-ish. But it's inching.
Yeah. So the reason that I asked JB to put up a link to Niall's channel is that today Niall has just reached 20,000
Oh,
subscribers.
good for him.
So whoop, whoop, nice one. So we had a good chat this morning, he and I. In fact, we fell around laughing this morning. It was good. We had a good long natter. So big celebration for Niall as well. And if you haven't found Niall's channel yet, I really do urge you to use the link that JB has put up, naturally JB has put up, and find Niall's channel. And after the live chat, go and subscribe to, well, no, have a look at Niall's channel, see if you like what he's doing, and then subscribe. Much better that it's not. Don't subscribe if you're not going to watch.
No, absolutely. Tracy asks, have we got chickens yet? No, is the answer to that. Not sure if/when we're going to do that.
Don't think we will. Really?
We're very happy with the ducks, but with the whole avian flu situation being more ongoing than it should be, it's actually beginning to feel a bit unkind, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, it's more than unkind. It feels like absolute abuse.
Yeah, because we're having to keep them in. So
they've been in since the beginning of November. So that's 4.5 months now.
6.5 months.
No, beginning of November. No,
November, December,
beginning of December.
December, January, February, March.
So yeah,
December, January, February, about 4.5 months.
Yeah. So I think we'll stick with the ducks for this year.
Yeah.
And then decide whether we're going to take them through winter next year or not. It might well be that we will just go
fowl free for a year or so.
Then you never know. Next year might have no avian flu at all.
And that would give us a chance to sort out infrastructure better than we've been able to this year. But that's all the ongoing situation.
So Barbara's saying,
how much is left of that huge mountain of manure?
About 98% of it.
Plus, we keep finding more.
So I think we found 2 more. Not huge piles, but
but 2 more definite. I mean, there was a corner of a field we hadn't been into where I wandered up to check the fence and found I was sinking in something.
And then diagonally opposite that, there's definitely a pile as well. So we keep finding it. And the reason that I haven't used that big mountain is I thought that was going to be fine and rich and black, crumbly loveliness. But actually, that only happens when you mix horse manure and bedding together, or some sort of carbon material. And what that actually is just this huge... Lynn just said, I thought a ghost walked past. No, there's a fly buzzing around.
Ah, right, yes.
There is a fly buzzing around the top of the screen. It's right by the... what's that? Camera. There we go. Yeah, the lens.
Considering you make videos for a living, you're looking at that thing going, what's it called?
What's it called? Yeah, what's it called?
I worry about
it. I was awake until 2, and I was up at 25 to 7 this morning, so I didn't have very much sleep because I woke up in the middle of that as well. What was I trying to say?
I don't know.
Right, so poo, the manure pile. I was talking about poo. It's all right. I know. I'm there now. To have wonderful compost, it would need to be mixed with bedding or carbon material, and it's not. It is actually just a pile of poo. So it is a pile of anaerobically yuckiness. It's just not nice. So I'm having to take bits of it from around the outside and just about use those. And then everything in the middle, I'm going to need to mix with vast quantities of carbon material and then allow it to rot down into, and then it will be great.
Yeah,
but
so we have various places being allocated as compost bays.
Yeah, and we're making lots of them so that we can do. Oh, excuse me. So I can do mass production of compost. So let's have a little look. There we go. Hello, Margaret. Thank you for joining us. I grew a few things over lockdown.
I've got all this year and turned my entire garden space into a food production area.
Yes, we like that. Yes, that's good. And Danny's here. Thanks, Danny. He's saying congratulations. I don't know, it's well deserved. I think it's just a case of it's been a long slog, hasn't it? A long, hard, keep going at it. I've just been writing about this in Facebook group about being consistent and
dogged and determined.
Yes, bloody minded was the phrase I was going to use, but
I was just about to say that, and I thought I better not.
No, it is. It's that whole. What's going on with my hair? It's kind of look at it. It's got a bit penguin bit sticking out. Sorry.
I think the thing is, I mean, it was interesting because obviously there was a down period during what was it, about a year in to the channel, and you may remember when.
Oh, it was 18 months.
Yeah, when Liz was demonetized, and I think that is about as close as I've seen her throwing in the towel, which I'm glad she didn't, and I think she's now glad she didn't too.
Yeah.
Tanya says, congratulations on 100,000 from Germany. Thank you, Tanya. You inspired me to roll up my sleeves this year and add a small food forest. Nice. Linda wants to know where the plaque will go. I don't think we're going to get...
the shelves behind you.
All right. I was going to say, I don't think we're going to get a blue plaque. Liz Zorab lives
No,
here.
It's the silver play button.
Oh, okay.
And it will go on the shelves behind you.
All right, okay.
No,
should I get out some of my old awards to go with it?
No, because I'll need to get out my swimming badge. What? Award-winning swimming badge.
Leveller's gold disc swimming badge.
You've lost it.
I lost my swimming badge years ago. Oh, you're getting lots of plaudits here, darling. I'm not going to. I can't read them out.
Let's have a look. Yeah, so the plaque's going to go over there somewhere.
You're being told not to be modest.
You would determine dedication. I think that is bloody mindedness. I think that's the same.
Well, but Roy Castle never sung about bloody mindedness.
No, he didn't.
He sang dedication. That's what you need if you want to be the best.
No, I don't want to be the best.
If you want to beat the rest,
no,
dedication.
I don't want to do that either. I just want to plod along.
I know, but you know,
Yeah.
I have to remember the old song lyrics. Cycling proficiency was when we were little people. You would take your bike to school, and they would train you on how to ride it without crashing. And if you did well, you got a badge.
I didn't get one because I was in Sweden when they were doing that. So now, Scarlett says, "What is your
favorite vegetable to eat each if you have one?" Well, apart roast spud, obviously. But
whatever is just about to come into season.
Yeah, I mean,
so whatever we haven't eaten for the longest.
Yeah, I think that's very true. I mean, I'm
actually mouthful of it. It was like, oh yeah, this is my favourite, and then after 2 weeks,
I mean, I'm looking forward to beetroot again, roast beetroot. But we used to do those great big trays of roast vegetables, didn't we? They were great.
So we have got beetroot in the freezer, but it's just not the same.
It's not the same.
Frozen. So it's better in a stew when it's.
Yes.
So it's nice. I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah.
Yes, I think, and I know it's a bit of a corny answer, but it is literally whatever's about to come into season will be my favourite because it means we haven't had it for a long time.
Hello, Heather. Emptiness Gardens has a question.
I'm actually not going to talk about why I was demonetised or not because it's a whole.
It's a long story.
And I don't want it to happen again. So maybe it's better I don't discuss it. Suffice to say, it wasn't my fault. I think there's enough.
I think that's enough.
Yeah. But it wasn't, it wasn't because I was a bad girl.
The plaque could go on that beautiful castle pantry door.
The fairy door.
The fairy door.
No. It's the sort of thing that ought to go into on the wall and downstairs low, isn't it?
Yeah.
And if we had a downstairs low, we could do that. Christy says, how long have you been homesteading and had the channel? So I started daily vlogging in January 2017. And before that, for about a year, I'd written a blog. So I started gardening.
She started gardening.
Almost half a century ago. I wish I hadn't said that. Very long time ago. But actually started homesteading as such in
End of 2015, wasn't it?
Early 2016. Yeah.
And you can read all about it.
Shall we do that?
Yeah,
well,
if you actually want the full story, it's in this.
So my book was published just over a year ago.
Yeah, February last year, wasn't it?
And this tells the story of why I started homesteading and how I started homesteading.
Yes.
And it's available on my website at bytherfarm.com and online at
all good online retailers.
And all the others as well. all the main bookstores and that auction site and the one named after a river and all of those things.
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes, that's very kind.
However, if you get the opportunity, please do buy it from either myself, our publisher, Permanent Publications, or a small independent retailer.
Yes. Support local where you can.
Yes. Capone Cabin.
South Carolina, USA. Enjoy your gardening advice from the country who knows gardening.
Advice from a country that knows gardening, as in we do. So I think we're then. Evelyn says going to eat chard now as it needs to be cut down. But we're not fans of chard.
No, but the ducks like it.
Well, we'll eat chard. Okay, so we eat chard chopped up hidden in things, and we eat the stem. I like the stems in a tray full of roast veg with lots and lots of garlic.
It's the sort of thing that we hide in food, isn't it? Chard you hide in with other things.
Chrissy's here. Hi, Chrissy.
Speaking of half centuries, Chrissy, you're not going to mind me admitting that we've known each other for slightly longer than half a century. Christy suggested it'd be fab to see a video celebrating the 100K with a take back to your favourite moments of gardening over the years. Maybe we'll save that for later.
Yeah,
so that's a winter one.
That's a winter one. Yeah, that would be a very good one to have in the winter. That would be all me. That would be me finding giant vegetables by accident. I think there is a video of me finding lots and lots of big vegetables, isn't there? So Goji Barry says beery. I can't.
I would say that was beer, but
well, that's the same thing. Congratulations and greetings from Germany. Oh, thank you. I'm being embarrassed.
Tracy bought loads of beetroot, celery, and cabbage because she wanted to make borscht. And although they left before you could make it, you could still make it and see what it's like. Well done on planting the seeds. Tracy bought loads of beetroot, celery, and cabbage because she had refugees staying and wanted to make borscht.
Oh, okay, but they'd left. Is that Manassi?
Yeah.
Is here from Ethiopia. Love your content. Wow, this is really proper global, isn't it?
Lizelle says, hello from Southern California. I adore your weather. When it's nice, it's lovely.
So T-Self, do you only eat veg grown by yourselves? Or do you buy some from the store? Right now,
we're having to buy stuff from the store
because we've only moved halfway through the growing season last year to a site that had no setup for growing at all. It was an equestrian site, So there was just nowhere.
No.
So I've had to build gardens from scratch. So I'm at the end of that setting up process now.
I'd say you're at the end of the initial setting up process, because I think the
yeah.
setup is going to be a long, ongoing thing.
Yes, but I'm nearly at the end of the veg garden setup, and I've planted a 1/2 acre food forest. Then there's another paddock next to that. That's another 1/2 acre. That is an orchard and vegetable garden. And then there's another area that is becoming a cut flower field. But funnily enough, I seem to be planting fruit trees in there as well. So I suspect eventually we'll just have food all over the place. Yeah. But no, so right now we are buying stuff from the supermarket. You can tell when we're eating a lot of grocery store bought food, because I put on weight. And lots of it.
Lyndon Grove says you're responsible for my walking onions.
Hooray!
That sounds like an animation.
It does, doesn't it?
Linda, I'm sorry, I just misread your comment. Is chard the one that tastes like aniseed? I thought it said is chard the one that tastes like seaweed.
Oh, right. No, chard just tastes like green.
Yeah, it tastes like chlorophyll.
Yeah. So it's a fennel that tastes like aniseed.
Yes.
It is, yeah. So,
chard with garlic and chorizo in olive oil is a common dish in Spain.
Nice, without the chorizo.
Well, I quite like chorizo.
I know, but I can't eat it. Let's have a look. Frances is saying she's envious of the horse manure. Do you know, one of the hardest things about all of those is actually moving the stuff.
Yeah.
So Christy says, are you tempted to join the polycrab craze? No, I'm not. When I was first looking for a polytunnel in 2018, I said to Hugh, I really, really want a polycrab. And we sat and had a long discussion about it. And he ended up speaking to polycrab, and I spoke to a different polytunnel company called sorry, it is Direct Plants. Yes, Direct Plants, who've now got direct polytunnels. And so I had a polytunnel from them, which we loved. Yeah, it was really good. So when we moved here, they have really kindly supported us here with all sorts of things. So we've had lots and lots of trees from them and plants, which has been wonderful. We have a polytunnel from them, which we will put up in the next month or two. Yeah. Well, it does need to go in. So probably the next month or two.
And also...
and the other thing I did was I spoke to them, was it earlier in it? Last year, wasn't it? I spoke to them last year and said, look, I've got this idea for a product. Is there any way we could develop this? So I had quite a long conversation with them, and we ended up designing the rose arch, the growing arch that we've got in the food forest. So that's been developed. I've been testing it out to be absolutely sure it does work, and it really does. So it looks like a polytunnel frame, but it's got additional support bars on it. So the way it's set up, you couldn't then put a cover over it, because the support bars on the outside of it, which allows you to support other plants as they're climbing. So I've got roses going up it, and this afternoon I've been out and put some bamboo canes in it as well. So we're going to be using that rose arch for growing beans too, which is brilliant. So we've got Direct Plants polytunnel, and also we've had a polytunnel from First Tunnels, who came and put that up for us in November, I think it was.
I think it was November, yeah.
And it's fabulous. That's great.
Yes.
And it's a different design and different function to the one that we've got from Direct Plants. So the one from Direct Plants is going to be our fruit tunnel, and it will have all the kind of peach, apricots, what are those other things? That's a cross between a
nectarine.
Nectarine, thank you. Melons. And we'll have melons and grapes So it will literally have fruit in
Yeah.
it.
I mean, that was I've said this to several people. I apologize for being repetitive, but one of the worst things about leaving the last place was the fact that this last year, the grapes that we planted finally were going to be ready to eat, and we left before they were.
Yeah. We left from those loads and loads of tiny mini baby grapes. So, but we'll do that again. That's fine. I took cuttings from that and they're rooted. I took cuttings from that the year before we moved. So let's have a look. So I'm sorry, I'm just reading, going back to just check that we haven't missed anything out. Oh, look, Tuscany, they eat lots of chard.
Yeah. I think.
Thank you, Jason. Excuse me. Thank you, Jason. And thank you, Chrissy.
Yes.
Empty Nest has got bare roots, nectarine plants coming soon. Although I've got to say, I think barefoot sounds
yeah. Yeah, it does.
Let's have a look.
Is it normal to have a thornless blackberry bush that the berries start growing with thorns?
Oh, who knows? I wonder who do I know? Somebody.
You know a lot of people.
I know, but I was talking to somebody the other day about a thornless blackberry. I don't know who it was.
Linda couldn't answer that comment about Hugh trying his hand at growing seaweed.
We will ask Hugh next time we see him. I'm going up to see Hugh in 3 weeks' time. He might appear before then here. Okay, so Chris says, what are you doing for a water supply at the new property?
Mains water.
We are on mains water. We're on farm water outside, and I'm going to be collecting all the water off the polytunnels. I'm going to be collecting water off outbuilding roofs, and we'll put them into IBCs, and we'll use those for watering things. So, Tinkerer's wife, thank you very much, Patty. What's this?
Right.
I like it when someone tells me what their name is. It's brilliant.
Frances says that she has a thornless blackberry, and some branches come with thorns. They get cut off. That makes sense.
Yeah. Thank you, Frances. So there you go. It does sound like yes. Well, I guess what they do is that they
cross-pollinate.
No, they'll send up stems from their original root.
Yes.
Revert. That's what they do. What are we doing?
Cat. We have a cat wandering around. It's all right. It's our cat. It's Monty.
So I wonder what that was then. So
he's having a little meander.
Yeah, was he?
Pardon me.
You burped.
I did. I said pardon me.
That's all right. I thought I discreetly got away with mine burp then, but obviously not. So yes, that's right, Margaret. I think they are the suckers that are coming up from under the ground.
I thought she was calling us suckers.
No, I don't think so. She's polite.
I know.
She's very polite.
I know.
So Jason says, if you could only grow 10 vegetables, what would they be? I'll make a video. How about that?
Okay.
That's such a good question. I'll make a video. It wouldn't be necessarily my top 10 favourite, but they would be, if I could only grow 10, this is what they'd be.
I'll write this down for you, shall I?
Yes, please.
On the back of last week's shopping list.
Anya's here. Hi Liz, can't stay. Brother and his family are visiting. Haven't seen them since Christmas. Have a fabulous time, Anya. Thank you for popping in.
Hi, Anya.
Margaret's saying, haha, would you dare be in that rude? Yeah, I would. Yeah, it's good. Sometimes you just have to be cheeky. Some of us
Well,
do.
yeah, I mean, this is how she gets up through life. So.
It is. So what I've got news. I've got any animal news. We've got a lot of lame ducks.
Yeah, that's because they're not getting out, because they can't be out in the.
So they're just sitting around not doing stuff. We've got 6 ducklings that are now 3 weeks old, 3.5, nearly 4 weeks old. 16 days.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to do the maths. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're 3 weeks old, aren't they? Yeah. So they're 3 weeks. And 4 of them have already got a new home.
Yeah.
So they won't be staying with us.
We have 7 sheep that we're looking after.
Yes. And we're going to keep
3 of them.
3, yes. So we'll have 3 girls,
Mm-hmm.
one of whom is called Maggie May.
And the other 2 haven't got names.
It's probably a good job they haven't got names. But they are not going off to freezer camp. They'll be staying with us and having lambs, and we'll be. We will have them as lawn mowers and entertainment.
Yeah. Is boysenberry thornless? I don't know, but it is my favourite. It's an absolute favourite fruit of mine, boysenberry.
I still haven't got any. Perhaps we should buy some.
For donkey's years, everyone thought I was making it up. I only ever found boysenberry jam in Sweden. And then the last time I was there, they didn't have any.
Yeah. So what made you choose this property? Let's ask you that question.
Well, I think I've said it before. It was the least worst of the ones we'd looked at. That's not entirely true, actually. There was one, I think, personally, I found better, but we didn't get it.
Was it?
Yeah, the old post office.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And I didn't really like that as much, did I?
You weren't as keen on that.
I was really not that keen, so I was quite relieved when we didn't get it.
Yeah.
So did you have a checklist of what you're looking for to make a good homestead? Yes, absolutely. And this place has very few of them. But we were buying in restrictions on viewing, and the housing market is just
insane.
You weren't allowed to go and look at a property unless you'd already sold yours, which meant that you had pressure from your buyers to find something fairly quickly. And it was a case of this ticked some of the. It doesn't tick anywhere near as many of the boxes as our last place did, but one of the important things was around sound. Well, that was the main reason for moving, wasn't it? Sound and a bit more space to have some bigger animals.
Yeah. And it certainly has those.
And it's got, the sound is fabulous, the space is fabulous. So the outbuildings are
usable.
Yeah, and that's it. But they're not great. And the house is nowhere near as lovely as our previous home.
No.
But we'll get there. It will be eventually.
Thank you, Bettina. Nice to see you for dropping in. Nana asks if we eat the ducks as well. Yes, all of our animals except Monty are multifunctional.
Yeah.
But they are also all well looked after.
I was going to say, where is the tinkerer's wife? But I'm going to just hazard a guess.
Okay. You hazard a guess.
Okay, so JB, are you still here? Let's just find out.
No.
So if JB is still here. So possibly I have. Yes. Okay. So just let you know, you and Chrissy may suddenly have a big intake of
under the bridge
dwellers arriving, and if that's the case, I will block those that I can. You can also block them by, if you see somebody sorry, I'm having to explain this to them as we go. So if you look at their message, JB, on the right hand side you'll see 3 little dots. If you click on those 3 little dots, you have some options. I'm afraid I don't get polite and put people into time out for a few minutes. I just hide them from the channel. If we make a mistake, I can always go back through and unhide people at a later date. But under the bridge dwellers are not wanted. Okay, so Tinkler's Wise, not where I thought you'd be. Not at all.
Portland, it's interesting. Was it Portland, Oregon, or was it Portland, Maine that we did projects in when I was with social data? Can't remember. I think it might have been Portland, Maine, actually.
Oregon is top left. I've got a feeling it's below. I think it's below Washington, top left. So they'll tell me in a minute.
Yeah,
she'll tell me if I'm right. What are under the bridge dwellers? They are the people who, and occasionally are bots that appear on live chats and try and cause disruption by putting unpleasant wording or something that's shocking.
Yeah. Anyway, Tinker's wife saying that the developers are the biggest competition. That was also a factor, I think, where we were, because it being so close to Bristol as we were in the old property, it was becoming a real commuter town. And you know, one of the rounds I covered as a postman down there has now, I think, 450 houses more on it than it did when I started 5-6 years ago.
So Nicola says, have you got any plans to buy any more power tools soon? Yes and no, because we already have. We have a thing that we can't talk about yet. I'm sitting over there. The box thing. With a thing that.
Oh, right, yes.
So we have a thing which we need to make a video about in the next few days, which will show you, and we can show you what we've got. But we can't do a secret.
Yeah. And I will be coming back to things like the weed whacker. I've said I'll do a proper review of that on channel 2, which will get going again this spring. But it's just been a bit crazy busy.
It has been.
And then the weather's been.
But you bought other nice things.
I have bought other. Yeah, there are some other toys to go with that.
Toys.
Yeah.
Lethal toys.
Yes, like a battery operated chainsaw.
Yes. Yeah. So thank you, Andy, for joining us.
Yeah, and Lizzie.
Yeah.
Thank you for joining us.
We've been here.
Scarlett Lola, the cooking show, asks, who films your show? And the answer is?
Me. So I...
Films, edits, the whole lot.
I film, edit, produce. I do all of it. So it's me with a camera on a tripod, racing around trying to get different angles. But so it's...
Yeah, go on. Proper camera, by the way, not a... I'm responding to a comment.
Oh, okay. In a minute then. Yeah. Yes. So yes, it is a camera, and then occasionally I will do, because I've just discovered I can film in 4K on my phone. Hurrah! So it means I can use that as well. But basically, it's me doing it all.
So
there we go.
Dawn said, "Could I hold the book up again?" Yes, I can. Available from all good retailers, online at bytherfarm.com, via the publisher. If you're in America, it's... What are they called in America?
What?
The publishers in America.
No, because my brain's gone dead.
Chelsea Green.
Thank you.
It's written on the back of the book. I had to look it up. So, yeah.
I always knock my camera over there.
You didn't want to do that. Thank you, Naturally JB. Yes, it's a good cover, isn't it? We had a very, very well-known person. Well-known person. I was actually trying to say. Take the photo.
He was Gardening Photographer of the Year, and it's Jason Ingram.
Jason Ingram took the cover. Gardening Photographer of the Year. I think on more than one occasion.
I think about the last 4 years.
Linda, as a postman, how do you cope with those spring-loaded letterboxes? I swear at them quietly so that people don't hear me swearing at them. But
not only are they spring-loaded, but then they've got razor-sharp edges.
I don't know if you can hear Liz saying that, but yeah, they can have very sharp edges on them. So it's I have it's actually, I've not had problems so far, touch wood, with dog bites, but I have nearly broken my fingers a couple of times on, particularly when you've got something that's really flimsy and you've got to get it through. And if they've got a dog the other side, you're not trying to put your fingers through, and yeah, they can be unpleasant.
Right.
You're back now.
Yes, I am back now.
Have you started your tomatoes? How many varieties are you sowing? Yes, you have started tomatoes.
I have started tomatoes, and I am sowing. Yes, but let's find out how many varieties. Don't need to name them, but how many varieties other people. So let's throw it back at you. All of you, if you're growing tomatoes, how many varieties have you sown? I have sown 7 varieties.
Okay.
Mostly old-fashioned ones.
Lewis wants to know what makes a nest underground and makes the ground raise up in a bump. It could be moles. We've got a lot of moles around here, haven't we?
Yes, it could be rabbits, could be rats, could be an awful number. It depends how big the hole is going into it. So Freaky Geek says, hello, can't read chat and watch too. So lurking.
Happy Easter. Tinker's wife, cheerio. Nice to have chatted with you. Do we have red clay soil in the UK?
In some parts
yes.
we do, but not here. So someone's doing 5 varieties. Do you know any good outdoor tomato varieties?
Don't look at me.
No, I know, but I'm wondering where Scarlet Hello Cooking Show is from, because they're going to be in different
yes.
in different places. Tanya's on 18 varieties. Wow, that's a lot in Sussex. So, Scarlett, if you are on Facebook, do make sure you've joined my Facebook group. In fact, anybody, if you're on Facebook, do ask to join my Facebook group. It's that sort of question. That's the sort of thing that is really good to ask in that group. The one thing I will say is, if you want to join the group, there are 3 simple questions to answer, and if you don't answer all 3 of them,
you won't get in.
You won't get in. So I actually only let in about 35% of people who ask, because either they don't answer the question, they don't answer one of the questions, or I've looked at their profile and it wouldn't be appropriate in the group. So it is a non-political, non-religious,
non-shouty.
It's a really gentle, very supportive group, and it's a nice place to be. Hopefully anybody who's in that group will agree it's a nice place to be. It's but everybody is really supportive of everybody else. So that's a really good question to ask there. So okay, so what else have we got?
Nancy's saying the group is lovely.
Oh, thank you. Layla's saying, I had 5, but 6 more crept in. See, that's what happens. You start growing things and other things creep in. You don't mean to be growing them, and then they just come along. So Louise says, what's your Facebook group called? It's Friends of Liz Zorab Byther Farm. So it's exactly the same as my channel name, but it's got Friends of written in front of it. That was easy, wasn't it?
It was.
It was. We are very close to coming up to an hour. My brain is switching off.
Yes, you didn't drink most of your tea.
I didn't drink most of my tea, so I definitely need a fresh tea.
I have to go and throw various bits of food at various animals.
Yes. So thank you for joining us. Thank you for joining in our little celebration here. It's been really nice. It's been very gentle. Oh, JB, thank you.
Yeah, and yes, it is open. It's a as with most of Facebook, it's worldwide.
Okay, JB, a couple of things. Could you please pop up Niall's channel link again? Can I just encourage people to go and check out Niall's channel? If you like what you see there, please subscribe. And then when JB's put up, JB, could you also then put up a link to your channel, please? And I will likewise say, please go and have a look at JB's channel, Naturally JB. He's very new to gardening. He's sharing his journey. He's a jolly good egg, very, very chilled, very relaxed. Plus, he came and spent a day volunteering here this week, and he's moved a whole load of compost and stuff for me. So if you would like to, go and see what he's up to. I'm sure he would very much appreciate that. Okay, so it's time to go.
Yes, thanks for your company.
Now we've got to do is work out.
Thanks for your subscriptions.
Here's the
she'll be back with a new video soon.
Some things, yeah. And you?
And I will. Yes, I will be somewhere.
Thank you so much for joining us. Bye.
Bye.